Good morning, everybody. It's Brett, your thankful carnivore. It's September 4th, a Wednesday morning. Hurricane Dorian is breathing down my neck this morning. It's about 90 to 95 miles offshore. It's still south of us, but the outer bands of it are starting to roll in through our area. The clouds are up above. It's just craziness out there, the way clouds are flying by at different directions. But it looks like we're not going to get hit very hard. We're going to have some tropical storm force winds. We might have some hurricane gusts of wind, but as long as it doesn't come any closer to shore, we're golden. We're going to get wet. Power might go out, but we've had tropical storm force winds here before. We've had hurricanes here before, and the power never went out. So who knows? But please continue to pray for Florida and the folks all up and down the East Coast, especially South Carolina and North Carolina, because this thing's going to dump a lot of rain on them and hurt them. It just does every time there's a storm that goes up the coast. They just don't have the drainage there that we seem to have here in North Florida. One thing I want to talk about now is, you've heard me talk about before in the past about the importance of sharing our stories. And I was blessed with this incredible experience yesterday where, out of the blue, Michaela Peterson messages me and says, "I'd like to feature your story on my Instagram today. And would that be all right with you?" And of course I said yes, and thanked her profoundly and gave her the information she wanted. And I encourage you to go check out Michaela's Instagram page. It's really inspiring. She's helping scores and scores of people by the hour. But it dawned on me, just in our discussions, a little chit chat, we had a pleasant little private conversation. And it dawned on me, just because she figured out meat and water worked for her, and she told her dad, and her dad told all of America on Joe Rogan. Well, just from her telling her dad and Dr. Jordan Peterson broadcasting this, just in my own home, myself, my wife, and my stepson have all three had their lives transformed. I have another child who started zero carb just a couple of 3 days ago. And I don't want to say child, he's a grown man. Sorry about that, son. But he's just a couple of days into zero carb, and he's already like, my skin feels better. I feel he's very in tune with himself, because he's been low carb for a very long time. And he's been quite the weightlifter, and he's tried to take care of himself for quite a while. And so he's very much in tune with what's going on with himself. Very introspective young man. And so just from Michaela, there's just four people from one story's lives being transformed. My life, my wife's, our son here in Florida, it's just been a complete physical, mental, and emotional transformation. And we're just one little household. Now think of how many hundreds of thousands of more people have changed their lives off of that 30-minute cutout from Joe Rogan when he had Dr. Peterson on, and he described what his daughter figured out, what she did for herself, eliminating her depression symptoms and her severe, horrible arthritis. Dr. Peterson, in turn, kicks his depression to the curb and his anxiety issues, which you would never know the man had problems of that kind. He kicks it all to the curb. Now, it helps that these are really good people of great integrity. Don't doubt that. But I find the longer I'm carnivorous, the easier it is to share, to talk about it, to be kind when confronted, because you're not overwhelmed with your own internal warfare anymore. And that's something I think it's so powerful about this way of eating. We're no longer in mortal combat with ourselves. And those stories matter so much, because there are thousands of Michaelas out there. There's thousands of Jordan Petersons. There's thousands of Bretts. There's thousands of you out there just waiting to hear what we've learned, waiting to hear our stories, waiting to be inspired, to have their lives completely transformed, just because they got the right information. Never doubt the power of your own personal experience. These protectors of big food, big pharma revenue stream people, these registered dietitians. Yeah, talking to you all. They like to, the N equals 1 doesn't mean anything. That's not science. And then they try to dismiss every good thing you've accomplished as if it doesn't matter. Don't ever believe that garbage, because your experience always matters. What you've done will always inspire somebody else. If you lost 5 pounds, lost 10 pounds, tell people about it. Somebody's going to want to know how you did it, and they're going to ask questions. And they're going to be motivated and inspired to make an adjustment. Think about it. This is putting good out into the world, people. And when we do that, it comes back to us 100 times, 1,000 times, just many-fold more. My life is living proof of that. I am so blessed beyond measure since I started sharing my experience. The goodness that you people bring to me in messages is just so overwhelming. Tell your stories, my friends. Don't be afraid. Never, ever doubt that you have a story to share. Have a great day. If you don't see a video tomorrow, you know the power's out. Be well, my friends. Always be thankful. We'll see you soon.